Hey, so a bit of an update on my read-through of the Hunger Games original trilogy. I am just about to finish Mockingjay, as you can see. I'm very close to the ending right there. And for the people who know the story, who have read the book or watched the movie, I'm right about where Peeta joins Katniss in the capital for the final assault. And well, what are my thoughts so far? As you can remember, I did a little bit of an update of something I really liked about the first book that I had forgotten about. And I didn't really have much to comment on Catching Fire. I think the movie was, in retrospect, alright, but the book is obviously better. So for Mockingjay, as you can remember, this suffered the curse of the late 2000s, early 2010s franchise final episode splitting into two movies. But it's something else I'd like to comment. The merits of that separation between two movies pretty much down the middle of the book are debatable. We might talk about them later in the video I'm planning, talking further in depth about adaptations. But what I really want to talk about for this episode of, my Hunger Games catch-up is something I have seen Hunger Games YouTuber specialist Rachel Ramirez talk about in a video ranking character adaptations from the books to the movies, and is related to something that I am pretty sure every single human being that's been online in the last decade has at least heard of once. The famous, or should I say infamous,
marysue phenomenon.
And yeah, I am accusing movie Katniss of being a marysue, but hear me out. So, for anyone that's blissfully unaware of what a marysue is, it's pretty simple. They're girl bosses. Marysue isn't necessarily a girl boss. There exists a male version of the archetype called Gary Stu, but the gist of the characters of these bad character tropes are that they are perfect. They do not really have any conflict. Their arcs are rather flat. They get everything pretty easily. Everyone loves them, and you don't really see why. They don't really ever earn that appreciation. Probably the most famous example of marysue in the last decade is Rey Palpatine, Skywalker, whatever. And yeah, she was pretty much the character that really brought this concept to the mainstream. So why is it now that I am accusing Katniss Everdeen in the movies of being a marysue? Well, it's because, as I've said earlier, the merits or lack thereof of adaptation. Well, it turns out the Hunger Games books are written in first person. They're written from the point of view of Katniss Everdeen, of protagonists. So we do have the benefit of a very magnificent thing we human beings have, our inner monologue. Through it, we can see Katniss's process, thought process, ideas, even her intrusive thoughts as any and every situation comes up to her. Inner monologues are very useful for writers that write in first person, like Suzanne Collins did, for, actually fleshing out her characters. Katniss is a very insecure person. She suffers a lot from imposter syndrome, which is something that absolutely did not translate much into the movies because we completely miss out on that inner monologue. Katniss in the movies is kind of wooden. I mean, you wouldn't really tell there's actual thoughts going in her head most of the time. And it's not necessarily the fault of Jennifer Lawrence. I blame it more on the adaptation, on the script, on the director. I don't know. Ultimately, she's just not the same character. We do not know half of what really Katniss thinks, what she feels about the situations, what she feels about the people. Most of it is just lost. So yeah, now that I've almost completely reread the Katniss books, I totally agree with Rachel Ramirez when she says Katniss in the books and in the movies are entirely different people. They do not resemble the same human being at all. And as for the charges of being a marysue, well, yes, she is. Once again, I guess we could blame it on the adaptation. I don't know whose responsibility would actually really be, if writer, director, screenplay, or I don't know. But Katniss in the movies does come across as someone that really gets her way without really earning it. I've just read the chapter in the book after she gets shot in District 2 in Mockingjay, and in the movies she passes out and she wakes up in the hospital in 13, but she just pretty much immediately goes to the capital to fight. In the books we have at least a couple of chapters of Katniss not only dealing with a pretty significant injury for being hit with a bullet in her ribs. She has to deal with it. I mean, it's pretty severe, and furthermore, she does not immediately get the green light to go fight in the capital. In the book, she has to go through an entire, as I said, at least a chapter-long arc of recovering and training because she's not at all an experienced soldier, as she has totally neglected her duties in 13. So she has to train. She actually has to earn the right to be sent to the capital, even to just be, as she ends up being, the Star Squad. For even earning that privilege of just being put in camera far behind the front lines, she has to earn it. She has to train hard as any other soldier in 13. All of that so that she can actually be in the capital when the capital falls and, the end of the story unfolds. So yeah, whose fault is it? I'd like to know your opinion on the comments. Is it the fault of the screenplay who adapts page to screen? Is it the fault on the director? The writer? I mean, I'm pretty iffy on the role Suzanne Collins had on the movies. She wrote this after all, and she's credited at least to some capacity in all the 3 movies. Well, 4, I guess. But yeah, I'd like to know your opinions on this. Who's to blame for Katniss coming across as a marysue in the movies when she decidedly not really was one in the books?